What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another week of vlogs. It's going to be a wild week. I cannot wait to take you along with us. Let's go look at these charts. All right, let's get started here. Crazy week last week. Bears had their chance. Great breakdown. Ended up bouncing. Should have taken over here and gone lower. That was our plan, so it squeezed us out a little bit. We are still in these trades based off of, we did absolute zeros on these options and they expire in March. So we have plenty of time. So able to kind of work our way out of some hedges, do a little bit of day trading, stuff like that. Pushed all the way up into this crazy resistance. We haven't quite got as high as I think we can get. And that's the thing, is I think we could have another bounce coming in. If the Bears were going to come in strong, they would have done it there, and they did not. So we do have an amazing gap and go coming in. It's really, really good. Problem is, bouncing spots right in front of us at 400. We have very, very solid support. So we'll see what this brings. We have lots and lots of catalysts to move us this week. We have the rate announcement, which I think is going to actually crush these markets down. It's almost like it's too euphoric, right? It's just screaming up 6 bull days in a row. It just doesn't matter. We're full bull. We are breaking trend lines that have been there for a whole year. Things seem very strong, and maybe they are. I'll believe it when I get a weekly close up above this level. I'm going to start becoming a lot more bullish. Until then, I'm going to wait. So yeah, we're just going to see what happens. Last week, we had an amazing gap and go, made some really good day trading money on that. And it got bought up like crazy. So is this going to repeat? Are we going to run down, hit the support, and just go full bull? Time will tell, but I'm going to be ready for it. If we start to reverse here on a 5-minute, give me some type of reversal in this area, this is the bouncing spot for the bulls, that whole box. So I'm ready for it. I'm waiting for it. If we go blowing through the bouncing spot today off of this gap, which is you need to do it today, then I think we're going to be heading a little bit lower. This could be that bull trap. We have big time earnings coming out this week. Fed rate announcement. There's so much going on. Buckle up. It's going to be crazy. So on Friday, when we were rampaging up here, we sold a ton of bear call spreads on Qs, on SPX, trying to remember, Microsoft. We sold quite a few bear call spreads on this gap down, and if we continue to move down, which I think we will based off of this gap, or at least a little bit, those credit spreads are pretty much going to be, it's a month's worth of bills that are going to be coming out here. So I need it. My month has kind of been very up and down. So these credit spreads, whenever I am struggling, I go back to my go-tos, which are credit spreads. There's no guarantee they're going to win, but I'm really good at pulling premium out of the market. So that's what I went back to. We sold a ton way up high. And with this gap down, maybe a little bit of a rotation lower, just a little bit down to this bouncing spot. Well, that'll be everything I need to be able to pay my bills. So that is the plan. I wouldn't have to do anything else. I could be done for the entire week and then just play this crazy news and gaps and day trade a few things that are coming out. So I am still in my puts, by the way. Still in puts for my swing trades, for my longer term stuff. I do believe we're going to have another rotation lower. The question is, are we going to crank higher for a month and a half before it has that drop? Right? You just take what the markets give you, have the size on that you're okay to lose, and hedge around it. Right? I can make money to the bull side while I'm losing on the bear side. And that's the whole point, right? If credit spreads can come in and keep my bills paid while I'm waiting on these bigger trades to play out, because if this thing does dump, and we get to the lows of the year, I'll double my account, and it's January. So that's the expectation. We'll see if it plays out that way. And if not, then I'm going to lose 5 to 10% of my account on March or April when these expire, which I am totally fine to do. Like I said, I can make 10% of my account in a couple weeks with credit spreads. It's not the end of the world. Losing is only scary if you think you can't make money. That's it. So change that perspective and you will see the markets completely differently. Cool. Guys, I love you. I'm going to go jump in with my Premier group right now, walk them through this week, take you along with us again. I'm so excited to have you here. And yeah, thanks again for taking the time out to be with us. Let's see what this crazy week brings, because it is going to be fun no matter what happens. Bullish, bearish, it's going to be wild. Let's take advantage of it, show you how you can make the most money in these crazy markets, up or down. Catch you later. Good morning, YouTube. Give you a quick update here on our trades in just a second. Today's plan is loaded. We got so much good stuff going on today. Cardio, working out, a few coaching sessions, and then the highlight, we're going to Costco. I didn't need to run some errands with Allie today, so I'll take you guys along with us. The day in the life. This is what we do. All right, I was just working out right now, and something just happened to me that happens to every single person that trades, and that is they have an entry, it misses it by a little bit, and then rampages the target. Let me give you a little bit of advice whenever that happens, because this is something people mess with and struggle with so much in trading. They think that winning trades are so hard to come by, so when it misses you and starts to go to target, they're like, oh my gosh, this is my one winning trade because all I've been doing is losing. That's not true. The reality is it's a 50-50 game. I don't know which one's gonna win. My best trade setups still have about a 50-50 win rate. Like, I just had a great trade setup last week that's not working, right? You never know which trade is going to work and which one is not. So stop acting like this is your one and only, because then you get FOMO, then you chase it. Oh, see, it's working, it's going to target. What's more important to me than being in a trade is controlling my risk. If my stop is here, my entry is here. If it misses my entry and starts to bounce, well, if I jump in, now my entry's up here, right? My risk and reward is a lot bigger, which means my target is now even further away than it was before. And to me, it's more important for me to control my risk than it is to be in that specific trade. So there's a reason I wanted to get in right here. If it came down to here and bounced and doesn't get in, and it doesn't fill me, then so be it. It's more important, again, for me, I don't know which trade's gonna win and which one's not. I know my winning trades will come. I also know my losing trades will come. And how often does it bounce and then reverse, you get in because you chased it and it goes right back down to either where you should have gotten in the first place, or it stops you out. Don't chase it, control your risks. That's the more important factor. Quit thinking that hard trades are hard to come by. If they are, then you don't have a good strategy that's giving you a 50-50 shot. And if you do have a good strategy and you're still not getting it, then you're simply not following that strategy, right? The strategy says get in here, it misses you, you chase it, so you lose more than what you're planning on losing because your entry wasn't what your plan said it should be. All right, time for some lunch. Salmon. Salmon, salmon, salmon. Cauliflower rice. Maybe you hear that and go, no way. It's actually pretty good. It's just like rice. The best thing about this entire bag is like 65 calories. Crazy. This entire salmon slab right here, it's like 150 to 200 calories. This whole lunch, a couple hundred calories. Man, 300-400 calories depending on what sauce I put on it. For a lot of food, secret to losing weight, being a calorie deficit, I can eat a lot of food and still lose weight, and that's the coolest thing about it. So, still got 30 pounds lower to go. And this is getting me through. Just having the right food, it's not hard. Throw this in an air fryer. I microwave this. It's done. I don't have a whole lot of time, so markets are screaming, by the way, just rampaging bullish, which is awesome because we just bought those calls yesterday. Those are paying out big. I might be taking profits on those today. I think we're gonna get to our level. So we've got like 7 bull candles in a row on an hourly. I'm always talking trading, always. Even when I'm making lunch, watching the markets, having lunch, rule is don't go to Costco hungry. Oh man, that is the biggest mistake you can make. So I'm gonna eat some of this food, take a shower. Allie and I are gonna run off to Costco, take you guys along. Not doing a whole lot else today, but this is lunch. Let's make it. What's up, pup? It's looking good. You ready to go to Costco yet? All right, finally got out of the house.
How much of Valentine's did you get put up?
Probably like 50 to 60% there.
What? Really? Nice.
Yeah. I just had to finish the other tree and then put hearts throughout all the outside. If you haven't seen Limitless with Chris Hemsworth, that was really, really good.
Yeah.
We watched the first episode.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool to like learn about your mind and how crazy and your mind just takes everything over. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, when it comes to like stress and
everyday life. Like,
everyday life.
Or in like a stressful situation, like in anything, really.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too many people give into fear. There was a really cool quote now. I'm going to see if I can't butcher it, but if you avoid risk, you'll never figure out what you're fully capable of. Something like that. And I was like, man, that's so true. It's so, so true. It's like people just want to stay in their bubble so bad, and they wonder why life keeps happening to them. Like, they don't ever catch the break. Nothing good ever happens. But if you just stop letting life happen to you and start taking control of your life, it's like, man, it's crazy. It's crazy the results that start to come. But with that comes usually facing your fears. Like, I was talking to my group a couple days back, and I was like, fear is normally in between you and your goals. So if you want to find out which direction to go, look at where you're scared, face that, and that's usually the path that you need to go to get your goals. So if you're scared to run 5 miles a day, it's probably what you should do. If you're scared to fast, you probably do that, right? If you're scared to just let that trade work, that's probably what you should do. Like, whatever you're scared of is usually the path that you need to walk to get you to where you want to be. Good stuff.
Yeah, if you need a show to watch that. It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, solid. Super solid. Okay, what's our go-to pickups at Costco?
Well, our newest one is they have these chicken nugget things that if you put them in the air fryer, they taste just like Chick-fil-A.
Like straight up Chick-fil-A. No difference. So, that's a big one for us right now. My things are always like, this is where I get my salmon and my shrimp. Get it at Costco. I get a lot of that stuff, a lot of my meat. And then cauliflower rice is really good here too. There's always about 6 things that make it into your cart that you never even thought of. Mm-hmm. That's how Costco gets you. So let's go see what makes its way into our cart.
All right, it's here. Big day, big day, big day. This is the day the Fed's coming out with a rate announcement. I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing here to plan for this. So I am buying some puts for some swing trade stuff that I'm okay to lose on. I am also doing some day trades. So currently right now on some day trades right now, I bought some calls here, went up to here, I stayed in those calls. I bought some puts up here and it's cranking down, so cool. My whole point of this is I want to put on a straddle on this guy. So I want to be in calls and puts. I'm going to be way more heavy on puts than I am calls. Because to me, the economy keeps coming back really, really, really strong. Powell wants these markets lower. The higher these markets get, the harder inflation is to get rid of. I think he's more incentivized to drop these markets. Right now, the bull hope is through the roof, and maybe we go bullish. I am hedged with some calls, okay? I'm open to every possibility. But I think that we're probably going to get the announcement, the rate announcement coming out at the normal percent or whatever, 0.25 increase. I think we're going to pop. And then we're going to keep rising, and then he's going to come out and start talking, and he's going to absolutely kill it. So I am in calls, I'm in puts. So if we just rampage and never come back, my calls will pay for what my puts are down, and it's a break-even day. If we die, and I think we could go down to like possibly 390 today, my friends, like it is not out of the question at all to have a 3-4% drop. We've done it before. It has happened before. So you go into a daily chart so I can figure out where the heck it's at. We've done this before multiple times on these rate announcements. So it's not going to be shocking to see this thing tanking straight down into this range. Now, will that happen? I don't know. I'm saying it's possible. I'm not saying this is guaranteed what's going to play in, but I do know one thing's for certain. If he comes in and ruins this party, it will sell because there are so many bulls in the market. So many. You're getting some bullish divergence coming in here on the RSI on a daily. You're into a key level, and again, I do think we're going to pop, and I think it's going to reverse. Maybe we pop and just keep going, and if that's the case, we're going to 430. I have ways to make money all the way up into there, but if I am right on this and we start to tank, I think we could take out the lows of the year and make new lows within a month or two. I think February could be incredibly bearish. We are right in the monthly resistances. It just makes sense. Everything is too strong. We all expected the markets to be getting destroyed. The economy to be showing signs of weakness. We're getting the opposite. We're getting growth. We're getting lower unemployment. We're getting all of these things showing signs of strength. And now we just got ISM manufacturing coming in higher. So inflation is sticking around. Inflation is actually increasing, which is scaring the heck out of people. That's why we're dropping right now. The higher this goes, the harder it is to get rid of inflation. And that's where I'm at. That's my plays. If this thing plays out, I'm already in a ton of puts from over here still. We've hedged those with calls. I did exit my calls yesterday around close for a really nice win. And now I gapped down. I jumped back into some more calls because I am still in puts from previous here. And if we go rampaging, that'll take care of those puts and offset it. Again, it's all about managing your risk. So it's going to be exciting. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot else going on. It's just going to chop. I am in puts. I'm in calls. I'm in way more puts than calls. So if we bounce, I'll pretty much break even, maybe lose small. If we drop, this could be a $10,000 to $50,000 day today just on the day trade. So I'm excited to see what happens. I'll keep you in the loop. It's going to be wild. I have the morning open. I'm going to go do some workouts, some cardio, my normal thing. Come back to these markets, make sure I'm ready to rock and roll, and then I'm jumping on the mic right when this hits. So I'll be running the mic, the live trading room for real life trading as soon as this goes down. So it's going to be super fun. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. I've positioned myself where I'm going to win no matter what, basically, or be able to lose small. So that's all that matters, my friends. Again, it's not about how much you can make. It's controlling your risk. Time and time again, my friends. Don't just be like, we're just going to go down. Because what if we don't? Anything is possible. You have to be open to every possibility. I think we're going down, and I still own calls to make money on the way up. Just how it is, right? So, again, we'll keep you there. It's going to be fun. I'll let you know how this goes. We'll see you in a bit. So again, my friends, welcome to real life trading. Let's trade this together. So initial reaction was a big down move. It got bought up. We're still waiting on some of the news to come out. I think they're probably processing some of the minutes that were just released. And then the press conference starts here in 30 minutes. That's where the real fun is going to begin. So we'll find out what it does. No matter what, don't get out of your calls or your puts. Just stay in, because it might look really bearish now, but we could go very, very bullish very soon. And if it looks really, really bullish, don't get out of your puts, because that can reverse and go back down, right? If anything, you can exit your calls super profitable, stay in your puts, right? Or exit your puts really profitable, stay in your calls, because it could reverse either direction right now. I am very, very bearish on the news coming out, and it's kind of playing that way again. We can go screaming to the moon from here, but we'll see what happens. Let me jump on the chat pane, my friends. What questions do you have? Yep. So there was a chance that we could have upped it 0.5%. It was a small chance, but I wouldn't put anything past them. They did exactly what was expected. So we just did 0.25. That's good. If things get rocking and rolling, which it looks pretty dang bearish, if things really start to tank, we could go to 393 today. We could go to 390. We might just go to 400 and that's it, right? So it could have, there could be a massive range or it might be nothing. It all depends on his press conference and what he says and their policies, because all economic news keeps coming back so good. He has the full freedom to just come in hard. And that's what's making me nervous. That's why I'm in more heavier puts than I am calls, is because I think that he has a green light to be heavy, to be very, very, very bearish on this market. There's still so many unknowns coming out now. So that was the initial reaction. We really haven't moved anywhere, right? Pretty much started there. We're back to there. Bears now should be looking to get in, but this is starting to hold up. If it was very bearish, it would have closed strong. We didn't. We got bought up. So there is still that hope of the bulls pushing through. And then 407 to 408 is where I'm going to be buying some more puts. That's been my plan. You can see it right here. That's my plan. It's been my plan since this morning. So I expect this market to bounce very hard. And then his press conference start in 30 minutes. And he brings everyone back down to reality. Maybe not. Maybe we don't bounce at all. Maybe it just keeps dropping and tanks and bounces around and it's just really choppy. But that's normally, we've traded these Fed statements all year last year, and normally we rampage. If it's going to drop, we rampage and then we drop. So if we decide to really start to tank and he gets on, it could do the opposite and bounce. But I just don't see why he would be motivated to save these markets. So he needs these markets a lot lower, in my opinion, to help with inflation. The markets are up pretty big. I mean, we're up like 20% in a month and a half. The real fun is going to be in about 25 minutes. If you think this was a big move, just wait. It is gonna get wild. And that could be to the bull side or the bear side. Gonna be crazy. I'm just sitting back and watching. I am ready for the big bounce to come. It just makes sense to be bearish right now. Nothing's really changed. We raised rates and everyone was planning on everything's fine. We don't have to do anything else. And there's like, nope, ongoing rate increases. Now that we're going back through some more minutes, here comes the bounce. Get ready. Some more up into here. It's time to buy some more puts. And I'm going to be buying probably like the 402s, I think. There we go. We're going right in line with what we've always done. And there is a chance we just keep going. It doesn't have to pull back. Just don't be so convinced we're going lower. I have a very strong lean, but I'm also in calls, just so you guys know. The volatility on this is just going to be amazing, though. Man, this is going to be fun. It looks like bulls are here to party. Come on. Let's get on up into this range. I think 408 could happen. Why not? That's that high that we pulled back from. It kind of makes sense that we break that high, then pull back. Shoot, 410 needs to be hit. I think 410 can be smacked. A little bit more fun to watch the 3-minute compared to the 5 right now, just to get an idea of where these things are going. But give you a little update here soon. Still just waiting on the Fed announcement. So yeah, quick update. We did not get the drop that we wanted, that we were expecting, but we were in calls, and those calls paid out big. And it's just so key, my friends. Don't throw it all on there. Don't throw it all onto one trade and just be like, this is a guaranteed. Because man, I was like, it just makes too much sense for us to go bearish. It really, really does. We still can offer earnings and stuff like that, but it just makes so much sense for us to go bearish from Powell, right? And he was very soft. He was very calm. He was very good. The markets loved it. We bounced up. And because we weren't just, I'm right no matter what, there's no other possibility than being right. We weren't like that. We accepted every scenario. So I bought calls to be able to make money on the way up. Now, I was in way more puts, right? But I'm in enough to be able to break even on my puts and not have a losing day because I was wrong. That's how you want to trade, my friends. That's the idea behind it. Set yourself up for success. Don't Don't demand perfection out of yourself. It's really, really hard. Have an edge, but control your risk, and that's the most important thing. So, interesting day. Now we got to go watch and see what happens on earnings. If earnings tank us, tomorrow is going to be one heck of a day trading day. If we decide to gap up again, then full bull, retest, and let's go make some money to the bull side.